That down. Let's go on to this, shall we? Common topic among men. Going off prematurely. It's something that happens, but did you know it can also happen to the Oscars?
Not for me. I don't know who you're talking to.
No, it can also happen with the Oscars. As a lot of people last night, they made a big deal out of it that the Oscars are going to be streaming on Hulu. You know, this is the way of the future.
Wave of the future.
And so people who were counting on that and tuned into Hulu to watch the Oscars right before they got to Best Picture, just before they announced who won Best Actress. They're watching it. It's like, and the nominees are, this presentation has concluded. Comes across their screen. This comes from the folks at The Verge who wrote this. The Hulu subscribers watching the Academy Awards ceremony on Sunday night were outraged when the streaming service ended its broadcast before the show was actually over. Viewers saw a "thank you for watching" message that falsely claimed the live event has now ended, despite the fact that the Best Actress and Best Pictures Oscars were still to come. Social media platforms and the Hulu subreddit immediately lit up with complaints and threats of cancellation. This is not the first time that a major streamer has decided to play around with a live event and had things go terribly wrong. I remember when Netflix tried that thing. What was it? The Love is Blind finale? Was that the one that they did? That was their first big attempt at a big live thing. Netflix, again, tried the big boxing match stuff. They had problems, like significant problems with it. Hulu now trying to stream the Oscars. It ends before, like, I can't imagine a worse time for that thing to go off. Now, if you were watching it on ABC or on YouTube TV or stuff like that, everything went off fine. If you're just watching the regular broadcast, went off fine. But this continues to show that while all these streamers are now desperately trying to become cable again, now we're going to be all about sports and live TV and like, oh, so we're becoming cable again, but still they're still in their growing pains, despite the fact that they are massive corporations with massive amounts of money and they know it's on the line. And you know what they said ultimately the problem was? They had kind of pre-programmed it to end at 10:32 p.m.
Oh, they DVR'd it.
Yeah, they basically think, oh, that's plenty of time.
They
That's
got to give it another 15
And nobody thought that this could be an issue. They didn't want to pay a kid to just sit there and hit the stop button manually. No, let's
Apparently, no one's ever watched the Oscars.
Conan did say he wasn't going to waste our time.
We're not going to waste, and we'll talk more about the Oscars themselves later. I got a lot to say about that, but it's still the growing pains. Chris, we've already seen, like, this has happened to Netflix. It's now happened to Hulu. I expect it's going to happen more as more of these streamers try these big live things. But I mean, if you're a big movie fan and watching out, this is gotta be pretty upsetting. How did you watch them?
I did watch it on Hulu.
Oh, really?
And I didn't have this issue. That's why I'm very confused. I saw this topic and went, no, that didn't happen for me.
Maybe your brain just filled in.
Now, here's a question. Were you watching it on Hulu or were you watching it on Hulu plus live TV and watching the ABC stream on Hulu?
We just went and watched it live last night.
So you watched it live?
Yeah, but I don't pay for Hulu Live.
Oh, okay. So you're watching on the regular Hulu. It didn't happen for you.
Yeah, just on Hulu. And I didn't have an issue with it. So I really don't have anything to add here.
That's very strange because it seems like it would have been across the board if that was the case.
We had loading issues constantly where we'd like exit and pop back in.
Hulu's been doing that to me a lot.
Yeah,
lately.
we've been watching most of our stuff on Disney Plus instead of Hulu, like all of like Paradise and everything.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and I don't think that's what we did last night because Logan's the one who set it up. But yeah, all of these streamers need to get their poop in a group, especially if you own the channel, so to speak, the network
it is like
that you're
ABC
broadcasting
affiliated.
from. Yeah. That's what I couldn't get over, which in just hearing about this is you really couldn't do this? You couldn't broadcast your own broadcast for the duration of it? Interesting.
Rob, what do you think about the people who are watching this and all of a sudden it cuts out?
Well, it didn't surprise me. I saw that last night. People got the end clipped, and it's like, since when does anybody count on the Oscars ending at a specific place?
I know.
In the history of the Oscars, that has never happened. Maybe it happened when Wings won in 1927 or something, when that wasn't broadcast because there was no TV then. But it's silly to me that something like that would have happened, that nobody would have thought, hey, wait a minute. But, it doesn't surprise me anymore because no one knows anything.
Does this create a problem, though, for streamers moving forward? Like, how can I?
Well, think of it as a Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, how if you're Hulu, do you go to the audience, say, hey, come watch this event on our platform, and not have people? Because I remember after the stuff happened with Netflix and their live stream and stuff, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to watch that game that's coming up on Netflix because I don't want to have the problems that people had. Like, is this going to be something that they're going to have to repair trust with the audience? Or do you think this is something the audience is going to think, you know what? It's growing pains. We get it. You had a problem, but we don't think you're going to. How do you think the audience is going to respond to this?
Well, I think, look, the audience just wants something to work. You know, and there's going to be, if you're going to delve into live television, especially things like sporting events or award shows or whatever else, I mean, the only thing you can program is something that's pre-made. You know, you have a TV shows, for instance, what people don't understand is when they make a TV show that's broadcast, you have broadcast standards. You're talking about the exact frame. You're down to the frame when you insert commercials. There's not like 5 extra frames or 3 extra frames. When you're watching a show, it's precise down to the frame. Now, that doesn't happen with a live event. And so unless they get their act together, which they're going to have to do, they've got to figure that out. It's surprising to me that someone hadn't figured it out already.
Yeah,
Especially with the Oscars.
The part to me, again, is just that you had to program when it would be over, but you couldn't just have somebody there monitoring it. And I don't know. Again, growing pain. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Hungryroot. You know, grocery shopping used to be one of the biggest struggles. Between your busy schedule and wanting to eat healthier, it just feels impossible to stay on top of everything. But all that changes when you discover Hungryroot, the easiest way to eat healthy without the hassles. Hungryroot is like having your own personal grocery shopper. They take care of the weekly shopping for you, recommending healthy, high-quality groceries tailored to your tastes, nutritional preferences, and even health goals. They've got it all: smoothies, snacks for the kids, ready-to-eat meals, and even supplements. For me, Hungryroot is absolutely a game changer, guys. My health goals have become so much easier to stick to. I love how they personalize my cart every week and even get smart about my preferences as I go. It's honestly stress-free and so simple. You're gonna love Hungryroot as much as I do. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/Campea and use the code Campea. That's hungryroot.com/Campea, using the code Campea to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Hulu had an oopsie. I mean, cutting off the Oscars right before the two of the biggest of the night, including the biggest of the night. Inexcusable. How do you think people are going to respond? Do you think people will understand, hey, it's growing pains and they'll get back on? Do you think people might have some trepidation about going to Hulu for the next live thing they do? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.